Hello guys, and welcome to a new week. I hope you had an amazing trading week. So let's jump right on the charts. We're going to be looking at gold as usual, and looking at the charts. Now, last week I told you guys that we're going to be looking for buys at certain levels and also sells at certain levels, right? I told you that price was going to go up to somewhere around this zone, and if it doesn't sell from there, it would most likely sell from this other zone. As you can see, price started rejecting from this zone. This is the 4 hour chart, right? So let's start from the weekly and the monthly. Let's go to the monthly first. Now looking at the monthly charts, right, we can see the price is still very much bullish. All right, so since price is very much bullish, we should still be looking for mostly buys. As you can see, price moved upwards to try to fill up this week of the previous month. So let's go down to the weekly. Let's see what we can find. So on the weekly, we can see something like a consolidation. I told you guys about this. Is it last week or last 2 weeks? I can't really remember which one. You can go watch the previous videos. And like I always say, we're usually spot on with our analysis, right? So I told you guys that price was going to be consolidating for some time, right? And as you can see that happening, right? Now looking at this, let me show you. Bring out the arrow. Now you see price here has been consolidating for about, let's say, 4 weeks now. Price first of all on this week pushed up, as you can see. After it pushed up, price came back down and then pushed up again, right? And then came back down and then pushed up in the last week. So you can see price has been somewhat consolidating, right? Moving sideways. That's what we're seeing here. Price is moving sideways. All right, so what should we be looking out for now? We said price is overall bullish, so we should mostly be looking for buys. But if we see a selling opportunity presented to us, we can also take the sells. But we just have to be very careful taking sells, because if price is overall bullish, we need to be very careful when we're taking sells so we don't take unnecessary losses, like I always say, right? So let's go down to the daily. Now, if we're going to be looking for buys, first of all on the weekly, if we're going to be looking for buys, we should be looking for price to probably come back down again to a support level for us to buy, to take a buys. And if we're going to be looking for sales, we'll be looking for sales from a very key level, a resistant area, right? But let's go down to the daily. Let's see what we're going to find. All right, so seeing last 2 weeks, price came down, and then in the previous week that we just closed, price pushed up. Now I was expecting that price will most likely come back down, would push up a little, and then probably come back down to this key level, right? Because this is a major support level, and we've been talking about this level. Been waiting for price to come down to this point, but price seems to be stuck up there. Now, if we are going to be looking now, actually guys, I actually have done this video before, but I noticed that it didn't quite save, so I had to reshoot this. So if we're going to be looking for buys, what are the levels we're going to be looking for buys from? We're going to be looking for buys from around this level 2861 and 2833. That's the level we're going to be looking for buys. We're going to wait for price to come back down to that zone, and if that level doesn't hold, then most likely this next level over here would hold, right? So we should be looking for buys from that zone, from those levels. So let's draw this for you guys so you see it. So if price comes down to this point, we could get in on an opportunity for buys, right? And if it goes lower and breaks it, then we could be looking for buys from this other zone. That makes sense, right? But also take note that price could also do something else. Price could just as well just go up and just break higher, and just keep moving up, right? gold could actually do that, because gold is predominantly bullish at the moment. So yeah, so guys, that's that. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame. No, to the 4 hour, sorry. This is the daily. Sorry, let's go back to that daily. Let me see something. Okay, let's go to the 4 hour. So looking at the 4 hour, let's remove this. Like I said, price could as well just push up from here. Looking at the 4 hour, price could push up from where it is currently. But another thing that we could see that could happen is the um, price could actually come back down, because if we're going to be looking for buys, since price is in a consolidation phase, right, we should be looking to buy from a key support level, right? So like I said, we're going to be looking to buy from 2860 level and 2831 level, right? Those are the levels we'll be looking out for. So that means we'll be waiting for price to do something of this nature, to come down into this level. And if price gives us a good opportunity for a buy at this level, we're going to take it, right? So, and if that level doesn't hold and price chooses to go down even lower, then that means price is going to be going down to a major level that we've been waiting for, and we're going to find good buys from that point, right? And would actually prefer that more, right? So this is what we're going to be looking for, right? And if we're going to be looking for sales, because in as much as it's predominantly bullish and we're majorly looking for buys, that doesn't mean that we might not be able to find opportunities for sales. So if the opportunity for a sale presents itself, we'll take it, but we just have to be very careful. Now, if you look here, you see something somewhat like a inverse heads and shoulders that seems to be formed here, right? So price could actually push up from there, right? But then if you also look, you see last week price was taking liquidity and was trying to push down as well. So when price came here and took liquidity from the zone, right? When price came in and took the liquidity from the zone here, price tried to push down, but it didn't. It went up again, took liquidity from here, tried to push down. Those of you who trade liquidity concept and all that. Then came again, took the liquidity from here, and then tried to push downwards. So if you're going to be selling, what are the levels you could be looking out for sales? I'll be looking out for sales from this point, right? So if price gets up to that point and then I see a nice rejection from there, I could actually go in for a sell, but I have to go down to a very low time frame to actually take that, right? But if that doesn't work, then we probably will be looking out for sales from also somewhere like this level, right? So those are the key two levels we could be looking out for sales from. Those are the levels we could be looking out for sales from. But majorly, we're going to be waiting for our buying opportunities. So we won't just rush the market. Now, I would even say if you need to wait for a whole week before you trade, you do that. You don't force yourself in on a trade, right? If price doesn't present to you the opportunities you're looking for, you have to be patient. And if you don't have to trade for a week, if you don't have to trade for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you don't need to trade. And that's what trading is about. It's about being patient, learning how to master your emotions, and only trading a clear, defined setup, something that is completely in line with your strategy and your trading plan, right? So guys, like I said, we're going to be looking for buys from that level. Does that make sense? Yeah, we're going to be looking for buys from these two key levels. So if price comes down into the zone, right, we'll be looking for buys from that point. And if it breaks lower and chooses to come down into this level, then what's that? We'll also be looking at this point to buy from there. So those are the two key places, two key levels we're going to be looking out for. And if price does that, then that's very good. So guys, let me know in the comment section what you think. And like I always say, we're usually spot on with our analysis. We try to make our trading as simple as possible. Trading doesn't need to be so complex, right? So some will say we're trading support and resistance, right? It's that simple as that. Call it whatever you want to call it, but it's just a simple strategy, right? So when price comes down to our key levels, key place that we're points we're looking out for, we're going to wait for price to give us the reaction that we need. And once we start seeing the reactions that we need and the confirmations for an entry, then we jump in on the trade, right? Because whenever we call out a key level, it doesn't mean that once price just gets into that point, we're just going to jump in. No, there are certain things that we would also look out for, right? And once we see those things presenting itself, when we have marked up our key levels and those things begins to form in those key levels, then we're going to actually jump in on the trade. But when those things don't present itself to us, then we're not actually getting on the trade. Last 2 weeks I told you guys I took a trade from here, but I came out, right? I shouldn't have come out, but I came out. I know that I came out for a particular reason, right? And price happened to have pushed up. So let's just see how everything goes in this new week, right? So guys, these are the levels we're going to be looking for buys, and if we take any trade, we're going to update you guys during the week on both our TikTok and our YouTube. So make sure to subscribe and follow us on those two platforms, TikTok and YouTube. Trade with Doc. So that's it, guys. So let us know in the comment section what you're looking out for. We try to make this as short as possible, right? And hopefully very soon, like I've been saying, we're going to be going live very soon. Hopefully we're working on that, and we're trying to see how we can grow the channel. So once we grow the channel, we'll be able to go live on TikTok and probably on YouTube as well. So have a wonderful trading week, guys. Peace out, man. Bye.